Hello, good evening and welcome to the UPfront. This show cuts through the spin and brings you the bare facts. Today, after this break, I'll tell you about my wonderful guest. We'll be talking about all the most important issues in this republic. You're welcome back. This is the UPfront. My name is Raymond Aqua. My guest today is a man who is of different kinds and nature. In fact, he tells everybody he's a farmer by nature, and he's also supposed to be a lawyer by profession. Indeed, he was a soldier by vocation, and indeed also a politician by default. Naval Captain Asaasie Gyimah retired is my guest. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a long time. I mean, since you left NACAB, there's very little that's been heard of you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing very, very good.
At your age, there must be some weakness and tiredness in the things you do. Are you less engaged, less active than you used before?
Well, I'm practicing my profession as a lawyer, and I go to court almost every day, and I'm still enjoying it.
Interesting. Now, I start for the point because your last maybe public office was that of being at the NACAB board. And you're also NACAB board chairman at a very interesting time in our history. I'm sure you know that. And also because a woman whose properties were recently auctioned or given off to charity, it was the biggest story you had to deal with. I'm talking about Naile Ametepe. Was that the apex of our fight against narcotics, specifically cocaine, and whether or not we as a state were equipped or capable of dealing with this menace in a more sustainable way?
No, on matters about narcotics in this country, in Africa and the world all over, I think that Nayeli, is that the name?
Yeah.
It was just a small fry. We, as a country, we are worried about our ability to close the gap, our ability to stop the drugs leaving the country. You understand? The moment you do all that, people have used money to buy these drugs into the country. How they come, you know best, because they come by sea, they come by all manners. And the moment they get here and then they don't go out, the tendency will be that they will sell to your own people. They will sell to your own young men. Okay. That was the biggest challenge I had, not Nayeli.
But there's news reports recently that we are still third largest transit point for cocaine specifically. Does that shock you?
No, it doesn't.
Does that make you feel like you didn't
you see, at times one man can make a whole lot of difference. When I was in NACAB, we hardly talked, but I think we were doing a lot to take care of that particular problem.
So your exit actually worsened the situation?
You see, I have not done any scientific search, but I think we were working hard. Look at the people who were on my board. Just go back and get the people who were on my board. There were people who would never want their names to be tarnished in any way.
Your board was dissolved?
Oh, yeah, and it was dissolved. Unfortunately, yeah.
You are not excited by this dissolution?
Oh, I was excited because it was a very big relief. Because we were working 25 hours a day, and the moment it was dissolved, I had my peace. But I didn't have my peace for the country. Really? Or for the world narcotics problem.
What were you doing that you think the dissolution hampered?
You see, normally I was a chairman of the board, and I was not supposed to take part in the day-to-day activities of the board. But I as a person, I always serve. I always serve. I do not want to be served. So when I discovered that there was a problem about the investigations, I took over the investigations, and for 3 days, the revelations that were coming out, so when it was dissolved, maybe it was a welcome relief.
Okay, so let me get the clarity on this particular matter, because it's something that is so shrouded in some secrecy about why was it possible that there was an information from government that apparently did not consult NACAB on your engagement with the UK officials. In fact, government said the NACAB lied about this engagement.
Oh, I do not. You see, the engagement with the UK, the engagement with the America, the engagement with other partners, they were always shrouded in secrecy, and they don't want to talk about that.
Okay, no, but so that's also the point that's being made out there, connected to the fact that we are talking specifically about a lady who was said to have high-level connections. Is this true?
Oh, I do not also want to talk about that, now that I'm functis officio.
You're no longer in office?
Yes, I do not want to talk about that. The lady was found guilty. She was jailed and all. That was more important.
But there's still a lot of questions in this country about her engagement in this country.
Oh, as for questions in this country for people to answer, there are millions, not only this one.
Really?
Sure. Not only narcotics. There's too many things.
So, but I wanted to be clear in my mind on this particular matter.
Right.
Because it's something that it bothers the minds of many people. And there have been questions being raised about, you have been known to be a man of integrity for a very long time. For your board to be dissolved and the circumstances that actually it was, suggested to some extent that there was some culpability or complicity of the NACAB officials in this matter.
Oh, no. There was no complicity at all. I can vouch for NACAB. There was no complicity at all. But you see, sadly, since the board was dissolved, it had never been replaced up to today. But you see, the NACAB law also abhors vacuum. I'm even surprised people have not been able to replace the board, up to today, even with the change of government. I'm even surprised.
How does that help or hamper the fight against narcotics?
Yeah, so if you say now there is an increase, Ghana is becoming is the third or the first or whatever. Yeah, because maybe there is no board.
What does the board do that without the board, the operations of NACAB stands some way affected?
I want to talk about man board. When I was chairman and when I had all those beautiful people on the board, we were an oversight. We had an oversight responsibility for the day-to-day matters of the NACAB, including also the policy matters.
Drugs are a big deal. I mean, did your board have the gravitas to deal with big barons?
Oh, sure. We had even more than that. And I used to call my board members co-chairman, because they were all very upright people. I love them.
Was there a single big bust under your chairmanship?
Oh, plenty.
I can't recall any.
Oh, you see, I made sure that we never advertised, we never went public about so many things.
But you can't recall any?
Oh, I do recall. They were about a big bust. They had a boat coming from the Americas that we intercepted at Takoradi. There was another one also at Tema Harbor that they concealed about 1 ton of cocaine with other goods, and then we were able to intercept that. But we did all that in collaboration with our foreign partners.
Were people prosecuted in that particular bust?
Yes, people were prosecuted.
You put people in jail?
Yeah, people were put in jail. But the one in Tema, the gentleman committed suicide when he discovered that we were on his
Interesting.
Heels. Yes.
There are some discussions even in this currently, and for those of you who have been at the forefront of the fight against drugs, they say that because of the high-level engagements and sometimes complicity of big people in this country, it is probably the most difficult fight which we may never win. Do you believe that?
It depends. Drugs, not only in this country, fighting drugs is a very difficult task. Not only in this country, all over the world. Like the Philippines government, the president now, and when he was too bold, to fight drugs, people were saying he's inhuman, he's there, he's that. No matter what you do, you have challenges. But in this country, it is difficult. Because the people that we respect, the people that we respect in society in this country, some of them, if not most of them, are engaged in drugs. They are engaged in drugs, and we know.
What informed the president's decision to dissolve your board?
Oh, the president has the power to dissolve every board.
Did they have anything to do with the Naila case?
No, because we were not supposed to, apart from the chairman investigating, the chairman of the investigating committee at that time, the board didn't have any hand. I was the chairman.
What did your committee do wrong?
Oh, I can assure you they did nothing wrong. No, you did nothing wrong.
Did you feel you were being sacrificed?
It will be difficult for anybody to sacrifice me or my board, for that matter. But I will not say that because I don't have facts to that effect.
You said there was an angry God. You proceeded to say that this particular angry God let the axe fail.
Oh no! I said we were being used as a lamb to appease a hungry God.
In this particular case.
Yeah. I thought I used words to that effect, but what I meant was that you see there was a foreign government intervention. You know, there was a new Goggisberg on our shores. There was an ambassador who was more of God in Goggisberg, who was opening his mouth too wide all the time.
Who are you referring to?
I don't know, but when I mentioned Goggisberg, you should know. But you see, so people were pleasing him. People wanted to please him. There was also the governmental angle about maybe the investigations that were going on that I was spearheading.
The UK High Commissioner then was John Benjamin.
I don't know.
You surely would know.
You telling me.
You operated with him because clearly operations between Ghana and the UK would go through the High Commission. No, the operation that we had, you know, with our foreign partners never went through the ambassadors. No, or the High Commissioners, no. So why were you of the opinion that he knew enough about the operations to the extent that his commentary were indeed affecting your operations? Oh, but that particular gentleman, I forgot the name. Like you, John Benjamin. Well, I do not know, but he's leaving this week anyway. Oh, he should have left long ago. Really? Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is effectively that he was getting into matters about this country. That's why I call him Goggisberg, God in Goggisberg the second. Oh, he acted like what they call it, the colonial master. Yeah, the colonial master. Yeah, but he's living. But maybe too, he did a wonderful job. Who knows? To you, did he do a good job? Well, I will not think so that he did a good job. No, I do not think so. He was getting involved in matters that I have been an ambassador before, you know. Yeah, I know. Right. And I never. Did he exceed his limits? Personally, I think so. Not always, but I think so. Did he act ultra-virus ever? Oh, why? All these ultra-virus, his government would have recalled him long ago. Yeah, I don't know the mission that he had been entrusted to undertake. Yeah, so I will not say that. When you sit back and reflect, when you gave the indications to government, and we did hear you say that on several occasions you told government about the VIP and its usage, and the fact that it's become like, in your own description, a certain marketplace that anybody can use. Has that problem been fixed? Well, I do not know as of now, but I think since Nayeli, there were attempts to fix the place, but I do not know now because I don't travel that much and I don't use the VVIP. So, and I will not go out of my way to be doing a NACAB job when my body is. I'm asking you this question. I want a frank answer from you. When you investigated or took over the investigation on the Nayeli case, you hint of big names. Can you boldly state one of these names? No, that was a long time. I think maybe I've forgotten. You recall? Well, but what I'm trying to say is that you are a very intelligent man. Yes. There is history to support your competence in this republic. Yes. Except you are deliberately saying that you cannot give the information out. Oh, but see, what about if I give out an information? Are you going to follow it up? Are you going to charge the person? Are you going to put my word against the person's word? Are you going to do a prosecution? So what, is it necessary? Did you leave handing over notes that captured these things? Oh, well, you can, maybe you check with the I just want to know. No, but it's not, this is not very necessary. Really? Yeah, it's not very necessary. You did work that was you see, because relevant to the drug trade in this republic. Yeah. It was actually an issue that tarnished our name locally and internationally. Your work in and of itself should help us get to the bottom of the matter. Because currently, the people who were arrested locally have all been let go. Are you aware? No, the people who were arrested locally, I think they were tried. The four people. The 4 people. Government filed nolli prosequi in this particular case. They were let go. Oh.
No, I do not want even to stray into that, you know, because you see, if you leave office, you leave office. If I had an opportunity of continuing, maybe you'd have come to a different conclusion altogether. Okay. But because I didn't finish, I do not want, and I'm a lawyer, I do not want to say anything that has no proof, that I cannot prove to the health. You know, I do not want to do that. Otherwise, you'll be creating the same circumstances of somebody issuing a nolli prosequi tomorrow. Yes,
that's interesting to know.
Yes,
I mean, okay, come to talk of nolli prosequis and much of your experience in this republic. Recently, there were some of them issued. In Kumasi, the Delta Force had one issued. I mean, you have experience dealing with cadres. Cadres have been compared to the similar political vigilante groups like the Delta Force.
Yeah.
Were you shocked when they were set free?
No, you see, it's one thing that bothers me now that we talk. Because, you see, even I do not know whether even in a revolutionary situation, people can go to a court of competent jurisdiction and set free people who have been ordered to prison, to go to prison. I was shocked.
It has never happened?
Well, not under a dispensation, a democratic dispensation that we have built since 1992 till today. It was shocking. And it was not
military rule, did it ever happen?
I'll come to that. It was not even shocking as such, but the fact that up to today, people have not been either convicted or tried for that particular offense. That one, it goes to the heart of our judicial system.
They're still looking for evidence. The last time the Interior Minister spoke to me, he created an impression, and he did state that they're looking for evidence. They have asked people who submitted earlier statements to review their statements, and the case is being currently reviewed.
That's
You're a lawyer.
That is good. That is good. But in this country, I can tell you that even our policemen, our police service, even when an armed robbery takes place, and the people are hooded, you know, they are hooded, and they go to rob in the night. Maybe they are able to to get them later. But in this particular matter, you know, it was daytime. Yeah. Broad daylight.
Yeah. There were people in the court.
People in the court. A judge, a lady judge. No, please, don't get there. I take it is even more serious to me than, is it Obuasi, whatever.
Dencho Obuasi.
Obuasi Abuantem or whatever they call it.
No, Dencho Obuasi, the medal.
That is what you call it. Sorry. It is a very serious matter.
But this cannot rival the 1982 killing of the judges.
Sure.
It cannot.
No. That one.
That's a hilt of.
Yeah, but and you know, it's in those days, in the revolutionary days, it was not only because the judges, just because they were judges, that is why they gained that prominence. But people killed so many people in similar. Oh yes, people killed so many people in similar circumstances. People would just go and engage soldiers to go and collect deaths for them, and in the process, there were so many. Okay, no,
you're a military officer. Did you ever engage in one?
No.
You look more principled,
no.
not one of those.
I'm a lawyer, and I was in charge of national security.
Yes, you're a security coordinator.
Yes.
But it happened under your watch.
Yes,
then.
it happened under our watch, and in a revolutionary
you could never control it.
It was difficult to control, and maybe it could have been worse.
Oh, okay.
But for our controls, it could have been worse. Yes.
There is this talk, and that reminds me of an important thing that lingers on the minds of people.
Sure.
There is this talk that the National Reconciliation Commission's report stated that you were actually supposed to have a recording of Amatekwe, who was alleged to have actually led the killing of these 3 judges in '82. Yeah. They said your recording never happened.
No, they didn't say that. I told the committee that the person who gave me the recorder, it was those days. It was one of these.
That's Flight Lieutenant Georgia Rawlings.
Well, I don't remember, but let me tell the story.
Okay.
Yes, the person who gave me the recorder. The recorder was very innovative, and you know, by that time it was voice activated. You know, yeah, and it was new. And by the time you finished with the proceedings, and I checked, it had not recorded. It had not recorded. Yeah, but thank God. Amatekwe was talked to, when he was tied to the sticks, and he said the same thing that he told me.
And that recording was done by former President Rawlings.
Yeah. Well, do
you think we got to the bottom of the matter?
Oh, sure. People were found, charged, convicted, sentenced, and executed.
The SIB indicted Captain Tsikata. He was never tried.
Oh, that matter has been settled, you know. And Amatekwe told me personally that he didn't regret killing the judges, which I found very, very irritating. Oh. But the fact that he mentioned Captain Tsikata's name, that one he regretted. Yes. Oh, yeah.
He told you that?
He told me, and when he was tied to the stick before he died, he was saying all that. Oh, a lot of people were there, and they heard him. But you see, it's painful.
Because Kwabena Japan actually named you as one of the people who ought to answer questions. You remember that?
Name as one of people
who ought to answer questions.
No, he never said that.
He did in one of his statements. I have a copy of his statement.
No, go through it, and then you will get that. He said, I have to answer questions. Call me back. He never said that.
No, he said that in connection with the role of Captain Tsikata, you had lots of questions to answer.
Please. During Kwabena Japan's, I also have copies of the interview. I was there. No,
this was a statement he issued prior to the NRCO. He issued several statements. If you don't remember anyone, there's one
No.
In 1994. Yeah. Yes, there's one in 1994 on September 14. Yeah. That particular statement is what I'm referencing.
Well, I do not know about that.
Okay, I get your point.
But he had an opportunity of meeting me and talking to me on two occasions. First, in my home at the Drekabeno Airport, and also at the reconciliation. We never mentioned this or any of this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
To note. Captain, we'll take a break on this note. When we come back, I'll talk to you about what you consider to be the biggest problem in this country. Yeah. And we start the conversation, continue the conversation from that particular point. Okay. We're still here on the UPfront, and Captain retired Bafo Asaasie Gyimah is actually my guest. Interesting man of interesting parts with interesting revelations. We'll continue after this short break. You're welcome back. This is UPfront, and we're getting UPfront with one man of many sides, very competent and known in Ghana's history. I mean, at some point in time, feared by many in this republic too. And I'm talking here about Naval Captain Bafo Asaasie Gyimah retired. We'll be speaking about a lot of history to do with his engagements in time past, and we're taking Nigeria to a different level now. Captain, there's a very important question that's on the minds of many, and you've lived through attempts to reform this nation, through the revolution, through government proper, and recently was even in government in a different capacity. Now, what do you consider to be the biggest problem in this republic that when it is resolved, or if it's not entirely resolved, when it is reduced, Ghana would develop the way it ought to develop?
Yeah, I think there are about 5. You see, political polarization. We are polarized as a country. You are too polarized as a country. And it hurts me. It pains me. And at times, even people who do not even stand to benefit from the political divide, either side, they get even more polarized. And it is painful. Apart from that, and this is minor comparing to the others, there's so much indiscipline. There's so much fault. No. But what I think is the biggest problem for us is corruption and our inability to allow systems to work.
Corruption first.
Corruption.
How big is this problem?
You see, when people in this country talk about corruption, they are only looking at the politician. You see? Yeah, but I don't blame them. Because there's a politician they see all the time. Because if the politician, they will know where you were before you became a politician, a minister or whatever. And they will know how you have become when you are a minister. So they target the politician. But I believe the biggest corruption takes place amongst us. The rank and file of the people. The people heading the public services. And even at times, maybe messengers. See, for instance, you are chasing...
But that's petty corruption.
Oh,
It cannot be compared to a single act by a politician that will make the nation lose, say, 51 million Ghana cedis.
You are very, very right. But you see, a politician, one minister will make you lose 51 million Ghana cedis. But the cumulative effect of the little things on the ground will be about 200 million Ghana cedis. I'm talking about the little ones, because there are many.
I see.
And everybody is doing it. Everybody is doing it. Everybody is complaining. He will complain. Next time he is also doing it. You see, because he needs to rob Peter to pay Paul. And that is our biggest problem. But I'm not underestimating or diminishing the role of the politician, because we are a politician. You see, like I used to say, like you are a president. How many cars will you want to drive in? How many houses will you want to live in? Food, what can you eat? If you are thinking about the country, even your ability to eat even becomes so fragmented.
So why do they amass wealth?
That is what I do not understand. That is what I do not understand. And it is painful. Because, you see, there are people, I would even prefer, like, say, one person or a president being corrupt. Two, a president who is not corrupt, but he sits by unconcerned, and his ministers and his party people and the whole country is in corruption. That one, I hate it. But the best person to have is to have a president or a minister who is not corrupt, and he makes sure that nobody under him and deep down is corrupt.
Since the Fourth Republic, have you ever had a president who was not corrupt?
How can I answer this question? We the citizens of Ghana, but at times too, our suspicions are misplaced. You know, you may think, oh, this man is so corrupt, but it may not be so. But the person who is corrupt, because those days, they knew.
So the corruption is perception?
Yes. No, I'm not saying it's perception. I say, I cannot say this president was corrupt or that president was corrupt. I cannot say that, because I do not have the facts on each president.
Which of them did you believe wasn't corrupt?
Oh, I served directly under President Rawlings, and I knew him so much that time, and I thought he was not corrupt.
The Abacha 5 million stroke 2 million issue was a blot on his work. In fact, Parliament tried investigating him on that. It was shut down.
Oh, he took Ghana money, 5 million?
No, it was Nigerian money from Sani Abacha, who was the leader in Nigeria then.
Oh, I see.
You are aware?
I'm not saying I'm not aware.
Yes.
But you see, we are talking about Ghana corruption. We are talking about if somebody is even able to go and steal all the money outside the country and bring the money to Ghana, or from Europe and bring it to Ghana, or from Britain and bring it to Ghana, I'll be happy, because the British, they have taken so much money of ours.
That's very controversial. That's a very controversial.
But
yes.
I'm not passing judgment. What I'm trying to say is that, so long as it is not Ghana money, so long as it's not Ghana money, I do not want to go there. But it will be sad, for instance, if he took the money for himself, you know, and it's African money, I'll also be sad. But you got the explanation he gave. Yeah, he said he used the money for international, for nationalistic work. You know, I do not know the details, but I think he says.
You believe that?
I don't have any reason to
The people he cited,
I don't have any reason
he cited in that particular conversation. Nana Atudazi, for instance, says he knew nothing about the money.
Well, I haven't heard from Nana. What did he say about Nana? He didn't mention Nana. I didn't hear him mention Nana Atudazi.
He said these people were aware of the money. They actually took delivery of the money for and on behalf of himself. So, but they have denied categorically. The other person is also Atu Ahoy.
Oh, and they have denied that.
Yes, they knew nothing of the money.
No, I cannot pass judgment. I cannot say he's right or he's wrong. But you know for sure, we are talking about a matter that took place maybe years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it was me that took the money for him. And
was it you?
No. No. See, maybe it was me who took the money to him, or from whom he took the money. I do not know, but he may have forgotten. So if he says Atudazi or Nana Atu Ahoy or Nana Atudazi, yeah, maybe he may have forgotten the names. But
on a personal level, have you encountered corruption in public office?
My personal level.
Yeah.
Me, I can tell you that I have never, in my lifetime, 1 cent. I have never taken bribe in my life. I have never, no. Those days, people were even afraid even to give me Christmas cards during, during the Ulitude. Yeah, people were even afraid. But
have you ever appropriated state resources?
No, never.
There's a question about the UNICRIL committee, which you chaired.
Yeah. That is
you ended up actually owning some of the properties that are under contention?
Oh, no, that matter is in court, so I do not want to talk too much. But
it's still in court?
No, yeah. But what actually happened was that, you know, the Ghana government imported the chemicals to make the bricks, you know, and it came to a time that we didn't have the PNDC UNICRIL Coordinating Committee. We didn't have money. It was being outsourced by the national security. There were times that we had used the state insurance company to fund some of the projects that we undertook. You know, it came to a time that we had the chemicals, but we had the land, but we didn't have money. You know, so I asked our colleagues, many of them, people who were interested, to come and buy into the project. You know, at cost. You know, everything was calculated properly, and they bought. But they were saying that I, being the chairman, if the project were good, and I wanted them to put their money into it, why wouldn't I also put my money into it? You understand? So to enhance, to make the project viable. So
and that was not a conflict of interest?
No, at all. It was not a conflict of interest at all. How could it be? How could it be?
That a chairman of a committee buys the property from the same, what they call it, construction unit?
Oh, no. If, for instance, we are building houses for people, like officers of the officers of the government, everybody, we are building. Come and put your money there, and we build for you. I mean, if the chairman or any member of the committee buys into it, what is wrong with it? And he's paying the same price as the others are paying. What is the problem with it? I don't see.
Is that what happened?
No, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Oh, there was no. I will never get into any. No, even when there was conflict of interest, there was no conflict of interest.
Is corruption a lucrative business in Ghana because people don't get punished for it?
I should think so. Seriously, I should think so, because many people will not go into corruption if they knew, for instance, that when they are caught, they will not be spared. If people knew, yes. But you see, in Ghana here now, that's what I was talking about, polarization. People will go and commit murder. Or what happened in Kumasi, you go and liberate people who are going to prison, and somebody will say that you see whether they can put them in jail. You see whether, and true to form, they didn't go to jail. You see, that is so bad, because people are not being punished for their acts.
But even those who are punished are sometimes set free. In the Montier 3 case, the Supreme Court took a decision on contempt on party operatives of the governing party then. They were set free by the president in a remission.
Oh, you see, the president has the prerogative of mercy.
Yes. He,
of all people in the country, he has the prerogative of mercy. And as to how he will use it, I mean, there is a procedure.
Was it conscionable that the president did that?
If he followed the procedure, what is wrong? But I do not know whether he was right or he was wrong. But I also do not know whether the conviction, people, when they get convicted for contempt like that, like words that come from their mouth, not actions that they have undertaken. I do not also know whether the sentence, the severity of the sentence was also correct. I do not know. I do not want to go there. But I also do not want to go there if the president exercises his prerogative for mercy.
Sorry, I mean, Captain, you are not a timorous soul.
Sure.
This was a major discussion in this country. You're
Sure.
saying that you don't have a stance on whether or not the
I could have had a position on it.
Yeah.
but I could have had a position.
I want to know your position
no,
on that.
I will not talk about that. I could have a position. Either he confirmed the president's position or he did not. That would have been my personal position. Yeah. And I know for sure there were a lot of people who had different positions from the presidents. Yes. Yeah, but yes, when he took that decision, we all had to support it, because he was the president of the Republic of Ghana. Just like he exercised his rights to keep people who were so desolate in our country. The two people were saying they were...
The Supreme Court has actually reviewed that decision and said it should have been sent to Parliament, rather.
Yeah, that is the position of the Supreme Court.
What do you think about that?
Oh, see, like I've told you, I'm a peace man. I may have my own opinion. Because I don't also want a situation where the courts will become monsters. Like now, like the courts are, the judiciary is the third arm of government. Mm-hmm. You have the legislature and you have the executive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the executive also has rights. The executive has rights, to rule this country, and the legislature also has rights to make laws for this country, and the court also has the right to interpret, the laws of the country as they have interpreted this particular case.
Okay, all right. So you don't find anything wrong with the decision? Are these signs
being wrong?
Are these signs of...
No, if I were in the Supreme Court,
yes.
I remember the Supreme Court, maybe my position would have been different.
Are these signs of an overbearing court?
Well, no, don't go there at all.
Are these signs of a court that's extending its, what they call it, frontiers beyond what you would accept?
Oh, I would have said, if I were a Supreme Court judge, which I will never be.
You've ruled out again.
No.
Okay.
You see, maybe my position would have been different.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
And why would the position be different?
Oh, people are talking about treaty, and you have to... I didn't see any treaty about this matter. You see, like the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, he's in Zambia today.
Yeah.
If, for instance, he meets a situation in Zambia of somebody, a desolate person, and then the Zambia president says, oh, look, this person is worrying us too much. Can you take him to your country and give him some solace? I do not look at this as
the president should have the liberty to do that.
Say again?
The president should have the liberty to do that.
That is my opinion. But the people who are in charge of us in the judiciary, they say this, and that I respect it.
Okay. I get your point on that particular note. Yeah. I mean, you served on the NDC committee on reviewing what they call it, what went wrong in 2016.
Sure.
Were you shocked the NDC lost the election?
Yes and no.
Why no?
No, because I thought a few things were not going right. But if you had won, it would not have surprised me. But when you lost, it surprised me.
Specifically, what was not going right?
No, I cannot. You see, no, I have taken part in the deliberations of the committee, and I do not want to express my personal opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, because on what was right or what was not right. We all have problems about anything. We have problems with people. People could also have problems with us. So I do not want to go there.
Did the committee exhaust the issues that affected the NDC in the 2016 election?
Yes, you see, the committee tried to go around the country to listen to people, sympathizers of NDC. And we gave them the platform, and they spoke their mind. We recorded everything that they said. That is coming from the grassroots, from the people of Ghana. What I mean is that from people of Ghana, NDC people.
Interesting. You did not speak to those who are not NDC. I thought if you wanted independent opinion, which probably would have helped.
No, you talked to a few people who were not NDC. Okay,
that's interesting. There's something going on. I don't know if you have seen it. Even it's predominantly on social media.
Sure.
Which presupposes that the former president, Mahama, is actually taking a chunk of the blame for the NDC's loss. Is this true?
I mean, that is not our reports.
You've not said that?
No, we have not said that.
Because, I mean, it's surprising that people say that they are quoting sections of your report.
No, what I'm saying is that everybody in NDC has hurt somebody. Okay. And everybody in NDC has also been hurt. You understand? Yeah, so, but I do not want to put the blame on one particular person. You know, this election, we did not lose.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, we did not lose, but we gave victory to MPP.
I'm confused. What does that mean?
You know, MPP didn't win this election, but we lost.
Okay.
Or what I'm saying, we did not lose, but we gave victory to MPP.
So how did that happen?
Yeah, because most of our people didn't vote. Our party.
And why were they apathetic?
We have analyzed the results, constituency by constituency, which if we were together, as I'm praying that we get back together, I think 2020 will be interesting.
Why was there apathy?
Yeah, just because people thought differently about other people. People try to blame.
There's a lot of infighting.
Maybe parts, but people blame other people. And because of that, you know, they did not go to vote.
Was this apathy nationwide or restricted to certain areas alone?
In many places. In many places. But what is important is that we want to get them all together. We want to get them
How
all
are you
together.
doing that?
Oh, we are going to do that. The party will do that.
Has it started?
Oh, yes, yes. You remember Dr. Boche announced that, that reconciliation and meeting the people to reconcile with everybody is our most important task, but not our committee.
Would you require Jerry John Rawlings leading the NDC?
Who?
Jerry John Rawlings.
Georgia?
Jerry John Rawlings.
Leading the NDC?
Yes.
He is
As in, we understand that there are some within the quarters of the NDC that he should take back his party and reform it.
No, I'm not talking about about the committee. About my,
not the committee.
No, but Jerry Rawlings is not the chairman of the party. He's not the general secretary of the party. He's the founder of the party.
Certainly.
So,
and the cause for him to take charge is because people feel that without him, the values of probity and accountability are lost in the party.
The values of probity and accountability are not enshrined in only one person. What about if he's dead tomorrow?
That's interesting to know.
This is common. I mean, if he's dead tomorrow, he's a human being.
Yes, the
if
party
he
will
dies
have to-
tomorrow, so does it mean that the NDC should die with him?
The party will have to move on, really.
Yeah, of course.
But
so
it looks
I do
like
not want to put one person as being, no. He plays a very big role, yes, but he is not
what
the alpha omega of everything. No.
What are you recommending as the path for unity in the NDC?
Oh, that is the, you know, that has been given to the party executives. They know how to go about it. You see, it's a family matter.
Oh, okay.
I cannot talk about everything in, you know, that is going to happen in the family.
Can
in
the
public.
NDC get united before 2020?
I believe so, and I want it to be united.
Will John Mahama have to lead the NDC in 2020?
Oh, there's a constitution. Our party has a constitution.
Yes, but Nana Atudazi, for example, has been bold enough to say that he's the best bet.
Oh, that is his opinion.
Yeah.
He's one man.
He's as ingrained and in-depth in the NDC like yourself.
Yeah. Oh, he's a different person. I'm a different person.
Yes, but you not stick out your neck and say that
no. Anybody, when the nominations are opened, you know, they open up for nominations, any party member who qualifies under our constitution can put himself up. And if the people like you, they will vote for you.
Prefer a fresh face?
Oh. A fresh face, if a fresh face comes, why not? If an old face comes, why not? An old face like Jerry Rawlings, but he is for...
He's not qualified to
He's not qualified to contest again.
Election again.
Yes. So that is the case.
Okay. So
but I was talking about systems, you know.
Yes, I'll draw into that. But my last question on the NDC's revival, on the NDC's reunification exercise, is whether or not the party, as your committee recommended or stated categorically, can bring in those so-called intellectuals so that doesn't crowd them out. And how relevant is this issue?
Intellectuals. The intellectuals, they are always in it.
No, but your committee recommended that they should not crowd out intellectuals.
No, Dr. Kosiboche was misquoted. I don't know.
Really?
I do not want to go into our committee report.
At least you should clarify just this point for me.
No.
Because it's all over the place.
No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You just go and get a copy of what Dr. Boche said that day, because I was there. Yeah, I didn't hear all that. But the intellectuals are all the time. Maybe he was saying that we should enhance our intellectual capacity. You know, and that does not mean that, you know, we abandoned intellectuals. No. But please go and just go. That one is a moot point. It's a minor point.
Really?
Yes, sure, it's a minor point.
Well, the final point I was asking about the reunification of the NDC is to do with the structure the party introduced. It was commendable that you have the very big electoral college. Virtually every Calgary member was allowed to vote in that particular election and choose the leader of the party. But it was also seen as the Achilles heel of the NDC.
Yeah, a lot of people talked against that, the opening of the electoral register. And we have made recommendations for, you know, there were problems, there were challenges associated with that. And we have made recommendations to that effect. And we believe the party will take care of them.
There's a long debate about whether structures in Ghana can ever function, because we've tried to whip people in line. We've tried to get them to do works by military rules, which is being stringent on the rules of the state. But it looks like right from the top to the down, people abandon procedure in whatever they want to do. How is that likely to be fixed?
Yeah, it's all because of corruption.
Oh, corruption is the root of that.
Systems are not working because of corruption. Institutions are not working because of corruption. Yes, corruption is the
biggest problem.
Is the biggest problem. Because
can we ever deal with corruption sustainably?
Sure,
can we get a president who will deal with corruption sustainably?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Maybe this president can do it, but you see.
Do you trust he can do it?
Yeah, maybe he can do it.
Because he stated that he's not corrupt, he's never been corrupt, and he has no tendency of being corrupted.
But my problem is that when you make everybody in the country a minister,
110 people are ministers.
How many?
110.
Oh, I see. I thought everybody in Ghana is a minister.
No, everybody in Ghana cannot be a minister.
Sorry then, because you see, there was a coach, a foreign coach of our Black Stars who used to say that in Ghana here, 25 million people, they are all football coaches.
Yes.
I think that now we are getting, every Ghanaian is becoming a minister.
Can Anado stamp out corruption?
Yeah, if he wants to. And
has he shown signs that
people will support him?
An independent prosecutor is in the office. Is that a good thinking?
Oh, I mean, independent. Well, creating more structures, creating more jobs, creating more structures, just like making more ministers.
It won't solve the problem.
I don't think that solves the problem. Because we have, if, for instance, the Attorney General Department is weak, you strengthen it. Because when you appoint a special prosecutor, he is going to have an office. He's going to appoint people to help him. He's going to...
But the Attorney General is not party color blind. We expect an independent special prosecutor to be party color blind.
No, but then who will appoint the special prosecutor? You and me?
No, the government of the day. Through a process.
So it's not the same person who appointed the Attorney General. It's not the same person who appointed the special prosecutor. That is my personal view is that systems must work. And when systems are working, you do not need to make appointments of this prosecutor, that prosecutor. It's not necessary.
When will you retire?
From?
Politics.
Oh, I've told you I'm a politician. I'm not a politician, upfront politician. I do not. I have always wanted to serve, to serve. Not
would you serve in the Akufo-Addo government?
Yes, I am serving the Akufo-Addo government.
How?
Yeah. Oh, of course, I'm a Ghanaian.
No, I'm talking about being in the throes of a government appointee.
No. You see, I'm waiting. Maybe I will be the 27 millionth person to be minister. Yeah, because I hear we are about 27 million people. Maybe I will be the last one to be.
Do you have regrets?
Yeah.
Do you have regrets
in life?
Yes. About your dealings in government, in public life, not even private ones.
No, I don't have any regrets at all. I don't have any regrets at all.
Even your participation in military juntas?
Oh, sure. I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud. Even though, like I said on the 31st December 1981, I said that, I proclaimed that that coup or that revolution was going to be the last of all coups or revolutions in this country.
It sounds like...
And it is holding.
It sounds like Woodrow Wilson's worst. Last war being the First World War.
Yeah.
But it didn't last anyway.
Oh, yeah. And it will hold. There won't be... You see, it's not like a revolution or a coup d'etat can never replace a democratic system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we get a coup d'etat soon?
What?
Coup d'etat in Ghana?
No.
It can never happen again?
I won't say it can never happen.
Is it because people like you are retired and too weak to do same?
No. It's not the weakness of people are not weak, but it's not necessary. especially how we change governments. How we change
Okay,
governments.
that's interesting. Is Ghana heading the right direction under Akufo-Addo?
It's too early for me to judge.
How many months would you need to do that?
It depends upon what I see. If nothing happens, you see, if we are rolling, and every day you get to work and come back to work, you are not evolving any policy, who will criticize you? But if we evolve policies and they are working, if we are changing systems and they are working, that is when I can mark you. If it's status quo, everything is just like that, you make no mistake, because you make no mistake, you make no, I mean, you are just there, moving.
Captain, I'm told my time is up. I wish I could continue this conversation with you because it's very, very exciting and engaging you. But I'm sure we can do this some other time. Sure. And I thank you so much for opening your doors to us today.
Sure.
Well, folks, that's where we tie the nice ribbons on today's edition of UPfront. My name is Raymond Akwa. We'll have this show some other time.